So we're back at my station, Sutherland Park Fire Station 2, and it's about time to go up again. So we're going to take up Lieutenant Lynch from the ladder company, or truck 4, out of the Pride of Midtown there in Manhattan. Brothers are with me, and let's get it going. So today's climb is for posthumously promoted Lieutenant Michael Lynch. He worked off a 4 truck, and 4 truck is there in Manhattan. Pride of Midtown, never missed a performance. 4 truck, engine 54, and battalion 9. So with honor and respect, we're going 110. This is the 10th brother of 15. Lost from Pride of Midtown that's being taken vertical, and now this is the 190th climb of the 343 initial firefighters. So we're going to take him vertical and finish his footsteps. Like I said, we're back at my house at Station 2, and in the gym, going vertical. Just about to kick off that first interval, and then it's all the way to the top. For Lieutenant, posthumously promoted because he was already on the promotions list, Michael Lynch, 4 truck, Pride of Midtown, there in Manhattan. We're just about to kick off. Here we go, first vertical. This climb is dedicated to his wife Denise, to his son Michael, and Jack Ryan, his other son. This climb is 110 stories to remember the sacrifices made so that others would have a chance to live. Coming up on the 17th anniversary in a few days. Our brothers will never be forgotten. This is the reason we climb. 110 stories to always remember, to never forget. An amazing father, husband, brother, son. We will always remember. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 floors for Lieutenant Michael Lynch, 4 truck, right there in the Pride of Midtown, in Manhattan. Brothers never missed a performance. This is the 10th brother of 15 going vertical from the Pride of Midtown. So like I said, this is dedicated to his wife Denise, his son Michael, and his other son Jack Ryan. Taking him 110 floors to finish his footsteps. So today's September 1st, and Ford truck is heading vertical again. Our brother was a husband and a father. Husband to Denise, father to Michael and Jack Ryan. He was known by his family as Big Mike. 30 years old, 6'5", and 230 pounds. So he was known as Big Mike. Now I thought this was pretty interesting, but they're a Ford truck, and Pride of Midtown, Lieutenant Lynch was actually known as Prancer as his nickname, because I guess there was a bell playing or ringing, and he jumped up and about trying to find where the bell was. So they nicknamed him Prancer. After that, they're at the Pride of Midtown. I've had a chance to visit the Pride of Midtown a few times now, and this last time I was able to actually share the 343 commitment is still counting a little bit with the personnel on duty that day when we went during the honor visit prior to climbing World Trade Center 3 the following day. So this is back to the Pride of Midtown, the 10th brother of 15 reaching the top. This is 110 floors with honor and respect given for the sacrifice made 9/11/2001 so that others would live. The greatest rescue effort in U.S. history over the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil. And following working the pile, the ground zero in the recovery effort, the end's still counting. 110 floor memorial climbs will commence on completion of the initial 343. Right now, this climb is taking Lieutenant Michael Lynch to the 110th floor. I found it very interesting that the 39th Rescue Squadron was part of the 332nd Expeditionary Rescue Squadron that was called in to service over it was saying, I can't even say it, it's Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and that area over there. And Tech Sergeant Joe was a family friend, was called out. They actually flew a United States flag during operations for Lieutenant Lynch's family to have once they came back. But as part of the operation, they permanently assigned a C-130 to Ford trucks Lieutenant Michael Lynch for the FDNY. This plane has flown combat rescue missions in Afghanistan with his name on it, so that he is never forgotten. A United States flag and a C-130 in his honor. This is 110 floors, taking them farther to the top. Right now, it's for Lieutenant Michael Lynch, Ford truck, Pride of Midtown. never missed a performance there in Manhattan. For his wife, Denise, and his sons, Michael and Jack Ryan. It was said that Lieutenant Lynch had just barely bought Michael a pair of little shoes because he was going to be going to the, I guess, pre-kindergarten or whatever preparatory on the 12th. So our brother made the ultimate sacrifice along with 342 others so that others could live. This 110 is given in honor and respect of the bravery and heroism shown that day on 9/11/2001. Like I said, today is the 1st of September. And this climb is fitting to take 4 truck to the top of the tower. Like I said, he was a great father to Michael and Jack Ryan. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. And great husband to Denise. This is finishing the footsteps, going to the top. Ford truck was actually involved in a elevator rescue in 2 World Trade. It was said that Lieutenant Lynch had been able to rescue several out of the elevator, and the last scene, Lieutenant Lynch was running back into the building with a set of jaws of life because the elevator was only be able to be opened a certain amount. The sacrifice made, the heroism, bravery shown is why we will always remember, never forget. Too many people have, we can't. Especially not with what we know. Their legacies, their stories will live on in our hearts, our minds, and then the stories told. This is the reason we climb, to continue to carry our brothers vertical, so they always know they will never be forgotten. Their family members will know that their legacies will be carried forward. They won't just be a picture on a wall, a name on a plaque. We will always have them with us. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 floors for posthumously promoted Lieutenant Michael Lynch. Ford truck housed at the Pride of Midtown in Manhattan, along with 54 engine and Battalion 9. We're going vertical, finishing the footsteps, taking him from the elevator shaft to the top of the tower. He's providing rescue of trapped occupants in the elevator at the 2 World Trade Center tower. So now we're taking him all the way to meet the rest of the brothers from the Pride of Midtown sitting at the top. This is the 190th climb of the initial 343 commitment. The 10th brother at 15 being carried vertical for the Pride of Midtown. And we're getting there, almost at the halfway mark. A little over 14 minutes in this climb to the 110th floor for Lieutenant Michael Lynch, 4 truck. Like I said, he was last seen in the rescue, running back out to his truck and getting jaws of life to be able to finish opening the doors, because the doors got jammed on the elevator. We're going vertical for another hero in honor and recognition of the heroism and bravery displayed on the rescue and recovery efforts. This is 110 floors. We're currently live from Solon Park, New Mexico, station number 2 on the climber. 110 for Lieutenant Michael Lynch, right here. We're going vertical to finish his footsteps, carrying him to the top of the tower. So his mission is complete. Pushing him up. Starting to get foggy, but we're good. 60 floors in, 16 minutes. We're moving. Carrying another brother to the top of the tower. Symbolically going to the 110th floor. So he is never forgotten, always remembered. His story will live on, as will all the 343, and still counting. Another day, another opportunity to go vertical. For the Pride of Midtown, our brothers never missed a performance. Engine 54, 4 truck, Battalion 9, and others going vertical. A promise was made when I saw you guys in person that all would be accounted for. And right now it's the 10th of 15, going to reach out top. This is for Lieutenant Michael Lynch's wife, Denise, for his son Michael, and his son Jack Ryan. For his family left behind, we will not forget. We will always remember the sacrifice made so that others could live. And the greatest rescue effort in United States history, where upwards of 25,000 were saved because of the bravery and heroism shown. This is another trip to the top. Going there now. For Lieutenant, posthumously promoted because he was on the promotion list, Lieutenant Michael Lynch, 4 truck, Pride of Midtown, reaching the top on the completion of this climb. Going vertical to finish those footsteps. for his family left behind. His mother, his father, his wife Denise, sons Michael and Jack Ryan, who he used to play with his dinosaurs with Michael when he was younger, have an expedition to when he would get home from shift and tell his wife Denise how much Jack Ryan had grown since he'd been gone. A husband and a father, a son and a brother. Lovingly known as Big Mike because he was 6'5", weighed around 230. Our brother was 30 years old. As I said before, Ford truck, Pride of Midtown, Engine 54, Battalion 9, had given him a little bit different of a nickname, being that of Prancer, because there was a bell that went off and it was ringing, and it said he jumped up and around to go try to find it. So with the bell, they nicknamed him Prancer. So for our brother Big Mike, Ford trucks Prancer, we're going vertical, going to the top. The honor and respect given by the Air Force to the Lynch family, where they flew an American flag during missions, to naming one of the C-130s after Lieutenant Michael Lynch, Ford truck out of the FDNY from 9/11. Honor and respect. Flying out in Afghanistan on combat rescue missions. They will not forget. We will never forget. This is why we climb, to carry our brothers with us, to finish our footsteps, taking them to the top of the towers. 343 will reach the top prior to the Anstill County memorial climbs for those who had 9/11 sickness and illness from working ground zero at the pile for hours, days, weeks, months, years, to bring recovery, to bring resolve to the families, to the FDNY, and to our country. This is 110 floors. Going vertical right now for Lieutenant Michael Lynch, Ford truck. "23 minutes in, 86 floors. A little bit of a breather on the last slow interval before the last vertical. Today is September 1st, 2018. We're coming up on the 17th anniversary of 9/11, 2001. This is an memory of our brothers lost in the rescue effort, and all the FDNY lost within the Unstow County, which are up to around 182 now and counting. They will not be forgotten. A commitment was made to always remember, to never forget, and that's exactly what I am doing as long as I can climb this stair climber. As I can go across the US and climb 110 floors and memorial climbs and run 5Ks and other amounts in memorial runs, I will never forget. I will always remember the sacrifices made so that others would live. And right now, this honors posthumously promoted Lieutenant Michael Lynch, 4 truck, out of Manhattan's Pride of Midtown, with Engine 54 and Battalion 9. We're getting closer. A few more floors, and this climb will be in the books. Will be in video history for anyone that wants to see it, or any of the 189 previous. Pushing him to reach that top. For Lieutenant Michael Lynch, we're almost finished on the last vertical, which we just finished. Only a few floors to go. Open up a little bit because it is definitely a sauna in here. Live from southern New Mexico, Sunland Park Fire Station 2, the gym. We're on the stair climber. 110 floors for Lieutenant Michael Lynch. 4 truck, Pride of Midtown. They're in Manhattan with Engine 54 and Battalion 9. 10th of 15 brothers reaching that top. Going vertical. For his wife Denise, his son Michael, and his other son Jack Ryan. For the Pride of Midtown. Engine 54, 4 truck, Battalion 9. For the FDNY off and on the line. And for everyone, that we will never forget the sacrifices made, the families left behind, the rescue effort, the recovery effort. They ask why we climb. This is why we climb right here. To always remember, to never forget. For Lieutenant Michael Lynch, 4 truck. This is 110 floors all the way to the top. And we're almost there. We're almost completed on this vertical. Finishing those footsteps from the elevator shaft to the 110th floor. in Two World Trade, where he rescued and went out and got the jaws of life to continue before the collapse. This 110 is done, giving honor and respect, remembering the families, their legacy, their story, our brothers, also families, brothers, sons, fathers, uncles, all the titles that can be brought forward. This is now complete. 110 floors. You've reached the top. Lieutenant Michael Lynch. Lieutenant Michael Lynch, rest easy, brother. We'll take it from here. Right there. And right there are where we climb.